Doctor Who-related alumnus.
You're a machine, my friend.
You are right.
I am. Well, it's actually just been a busy couple of weeks. I don't know if it's just because it's Christmas or what it is, but yeah, this afternoon at a place called Rooms, which for the most part seems to be a clothing and furniture shop. I don't know why they're hosting Doctor Who events, but it's certainly not the first one they've hosted. But they had an autograph session with Silvester McCoy and Sophie Aldred, and I was there, and it was fun.
Not the usual dirge of an event that these things are. Oh, God. Hi. Here.
No.
Get my autograph. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Yeah.
Bye. No, bye.
That's the people getting the signatures. You know, they don't want to be there, but they have to.
Well, actually...
But this is entirely different.
I've not been to very many of these things, but in some ways it can actually be a drag to go to these things. Like the John Barrowman one, for instance, the signing takes place at 12:30 in the afternoon, but I'm in the queue at 7:15 in the morning.
Yeah, that does suck.
That does
to get a wristband, just so I can queue up again later to get an autograph.
Right.
Or like last week at the 10th Planet signing, there were, I don't know, 80, 90, 100 people in line, and it took us 2 hours to get through this not terribly long line. And ultimately, I mean, it's really cool to meet Ray Cusick and Nick Briggs and David Gooderson, but I was there to meet Lala Ward, who happened to bail.
So thanks for nothing, Lala.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to meet these people and everything, but sometimes it could be cooler. So
you're a picky stalker, is what you're saying.
Sure, let's go with that. But no, it's been a really busy last week and a half, 2 weeks for meeting people, and both Sophie and Silvester. I mean, they've been doing this at conventions and whatnot for 20 years, so they're pure professionals and just lovely people to meet. And when I was talking to McCoy, he asked me where I was from, of course, because my accent is so dissimilar to everybody else around here. And I mentioned Canada, and he asked me what part. So I said, not expecting him to really realize, where it is.
Right.
And he commented about, I've never been there. So I don't know if that means he realizes where it is, or he just knows where he has been, and every place else he doesn't care where it is.
Yeah.
Well, he said.
Yeah.
He said I commented to him that I know you've at least been to Vancouver, having filmed the movie in '96 there. And he said, yeah, I've been to Vancouver, I've been to Toronto, and this one struck me as odd, but he has also been to Baffin Island.
Has he really?
Apparently so.
Well, it's
very strange.
I know, if you're from Europe, Baffin Island's about as far as you can get from that. That's probably why people go to Lapland and other type places. It's like a big, wide, cold expanse. It's nothing like, it's good and grim and British, but it's also nature and, not verdant fields that they're used to.
Right. Look at this, snow and ice. Yeah.
And Eskimos.
Or
rather, Inuit.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, for the snow and ice, most people around these parts tend to go to like Norway or something like that.
True.
I've seen ads on the tube for tours to Norway. I think it was Norway anyway, to go see the Northern Lights. And coming from where we come from, the Northern Lights, big deal.
The Japanese do that too. There's this legend of fertility that has to do with the Northern Lights, and they will travel all the way up to Northwest Territories to check out the Northern Lights in tours.
That is so funny. Whereas sometimes here in Edmonton, I'm thinking, I remember living out in a small town that I grew up in. I'm going, I couldn't sleep at all last night. Those Northern Lights were shining in my room so much I couldn't even sleep. They're annoyances to us, yet people travel halfway around the world. Actually, it's not annoying. If anybody out there has ever seen the Northern Lights, you know how spectacular they are. And
they're awfully cool, especially when they're localized in your kitchen when you're making steamed hams.
Very true.
Very nice. Nice little reference there. So you obviously will be our person to meet potential new interviewers, Chris, like Silvester McCoy, if ever you want to come on the show too.
Silvester McCoy.
Or
Sophie Aldred.
Or Sophie. Aldred, Sophie.
How old is she now? She still looks young in the picture.
She's 45.
45?
Yeah, I saw the picture, like, she doesn't look that old.
No.
No, she looks the same now as she has for the past 10 years or so. Like, she's, 45 isn't terribly old, but
no,
she is aging
For
quite
sure
well.
it is not.
I mean, she's definitely a bit of a MILF.
I wasn't going to go there, surprisingly, but she did.
Yeah, Sophie, we promise that we will not call you a MILF.
We may call Silvester a MILF.
Skaro. That's true.
And there go our chances to get Sophie Aldred for an interview.
But I think our chances for getting Silvester have gone up.
Silvester, we can talk about Sophie Aldred if you come on the show, Silvester McCoy. So there we go. So is that everybody? I mean, did you run into like somebody in the lineup to get on the bus or something else this week? Because I'm getting the impression like that Doctor Who people like are just everywhere.
Well, yeah. Technically, I guess they are. I mean, a lot of them happen to live around the London area. A lot of them don't, but those who do, I mean, technically they're out there to be seen in random locations. So.
It's like New York, basically, same phenomena.
Yeah. Or
yeah.
LA. Yeah. Although who lives in LA, really?
No one with any sense.
Exactly.